Well, good morning, good morning, good morning.
Good morning. Good afternoon on my end.
Oh, that's right. We're getting closer here too.
Right?
Folks, in advance, if you see some technical glitches, that's what life is today, because it's been a
Yes.
little freaky today.
And we are approaching Mercury retrograde in Aries. So
Whoa. Maybe that's the
yeah,
reason. I don't know. Maybe that's the part
it's
of the
just we're
reason.
feeling it early.
Oh.
We're gonna say that's what it is.
Shawna, you make me feel short. I gotta adjust my camera because you're like way tall today. I'm loving it.
I am tall today. I am tall
Yes,
today.
you're
The
always tall though.
workouts
You're
are
good. You're walking on sunshine.
Yes, I had to figure my light when we was getting ready. I was like, oh, I haven't played with my camera in a minute. So I'm over here taking pictures. I'm like, why why is the lighting not right? Why am I so golden? And then I turn it on cool and I'm like, oh, I look like I look great, honey.
We ain't getting ashy. Don't do ashy. That's not
So
good.
no, I do not want to be ashy, child. No.
As you can see, my lighting has given me pink, so I'm matching your pink today.
Yes, you are. Today I got everybody can see I have on pink today. So it ain't but I gotta figure out my lighting so it can look more crisp, but it
Mhm.
may be the camera, of
Oh,
making it look
but you
crisp.
have a good
I
camera.
don't
I
know.
like your camera. It's quite clear.
Yeah, it's a HD, but on here
Yeah.
because I'm with the standard
Uh-huh.
um subscription for it's
Mhm.
only doing it at 720p or something. It's not no 10
740. But you know,
or
I have the higher level, and it's still 742. I don't. It doesn't give me 10.
yeah, they want you to pay more so they can do HD for you. I'm like, I'm good. I'm okay.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Right,
Mm.
I'm
Sorry,
good.
my nose itch there. Yeah, exactly.
It's like they just want to keep milking you and milking you for for you to pay more. I'm like,
Exactly.
won't you give me $2? Matter of fact, won't you give me some?
Exactly. We're spreading the name of your product. You should be happy that we're doing that. Lord have mercy.
Yes, I mean, come on now. Hey,
Never let.
everybody that's coming in. Yes, we are in pre-shadow Mercury retrograde, honey. And we in Venus retrograde. We in it
This
right
is
now.
now. Is this going to be a long Mercury or is this a short Mercury retrograde?
Well,
Because like the
as
last
you
one,
can
we were in for a little, just a short, little teeny. The last one, right?
yeah, we was in it only for a short period of time.
Yeah.
So this one goes all the way to
And Shawna,
April.
how are you finding this information? Hmm. Exactly. And what is that you have, Miss Shawna?
I have the 2025 astrology adventure planner that I co-created with Spirit and the planets. Okay. So this is where I'm getting the information from. So we will be coming out of Mercury retrograde. It goes direct on April 7th. And Venus goes direct on April 12th. So it's
So
that
when it's
same
direct, that means
week.
you're out or you're in.
That means we're out, but then
Okay.
we have a when it goes direct, it goes to a we out of it. That's
So
what
we go into Mercury when and we come out when?
we go in Mercury
We,
retrograde on the 15th of
this month.
March.
Okay.
Hmm.
And then we're out on the
And
7th. You said?
before prior to a lunar eclipse, full
I heard about
moon.
that. Yeah, yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
So that's on the 14th. The 15th is Mercury retrograde, and then we're coming out of Mercury retrograde on the 7th of April, and Venus, we're coming out of Venus retrograde on the 12th. And then that's another full moon. So we'll be going into a full moon in Libra on that. So it's some things popping right now. So 40 days. Is that 40 days? 40 days? No. That's not 40 days.
No, that's about 30. That's less
About
than 30.
20,
Yeah,
20
it's
something.
less than 30. It's by 3 weeks,
Yeah, 3
right?
weeks.
Yeah. So, folks, when you know the Mercury retrograde is one of those times you take a lot of caution with contracts. And if you can avoid, that's even nicer. But again, be very cautious with contracts. Be very cautious with technology and all kinds of stuff because
Yes.
things can go wrong. They'll go wrong. Mercury retrograde,
Yeah.
never do that because Mercury is the war, right? The god of war, right?
No. That's Mars.
Mars. Okay.
The
Which one's
Mercury is the planet of communication.
communication? Okay.
Yeah, communication. So while we in Venus retrograde, you just want to make sure that you reassess your relationships, your finances, and your self-worth. Also, just FYI, exes will show up. Ex relationships, ex co-workers, people that you haven't talked to in a while, they will show up during this period. Because they nosy.
My exes live in Texas.
Do they?
That's why I reside in Arizona.
I know that's right. And
ladies
on
and
top
gentlemen,
of that,
go ahead. I'm gonna say I was reminding them. This is the.
Oh yeah.
This
I was
is
going to talk about this.
This is the electronic version of the planner. So what
Yes.
Shawna has is the hard copy, and that's the one I just had up. But this one is the electronic version, which means if you order this one, this one comes instantaneously to your email box. The other one, Shawna mails to you. No matter which one you buy, they come to you directly from Shawna. There are no middlemen. There are nothing else in the middle. So when you buy it, you buy it directly from Shawna. Okay. So, but if you want it today, immediately now, you click on this one and you get it.
Yeah. And what this a planner does is also helps you work with this energy. It has QR codes that will take you to videos only exclusively to this planner. No one else has access unless you purchase this planner. Okay. But it's also have these great journal questions. I mean, these questions are going to really help and help you dive deep to see what the root of the problem is, find a solution, and then set your goals as well so you can reach them for the month. Okay. And then what crystals also to work with for the month of March, April, May, whatever. So yeah. It gives you all of this information.
And in that document, Shawna puts a lot of spaces to give you space to write and to navigate through your trials and tribulations and your good things as well. But more importantly, it gives you things to think about, and she even asks you questions that help you to open up your mind and your thinking and maybe delve a little deeper into certain things. Because again, it's not just empty blank pages. This is an opportunity for you to kind of map out as you move along what's pushing you forward, maybe what's holding you back, maybe what the things you can control and the things you can't, those kind of things. The good part when you document this and you put it down is that you tend to learn that if you're tilting at windmills, again, you're fighting on things you cannot fix, then maybe you shouldn't fight at the things you can't fix and focus on the things you can. And that's kind of one of the things about the journal. It gives you a chance to write that down, because sometimes we don't even see it until we somehow document it, and then we read it, we're like, oh wow, and now I see it all clearly. But because we are so into the moment that we don't take the time sometimes to understand where we are, what the moment means, because we're just trying to defend the moment or fix the moment or fight through the moment or whatever, that we don't stop and say, what's going on here? What's
right?
That document does. That document says, okay, even though life might be crazy, your hair's on fire, stop for a minute, let's look at some things. And then when you do, you're like, oh wow, and then the light comes on and you're thinking, I'm glad I took the moment. Because again, sometimes it's not that we don't have the time, it's sometimes we don't take the time. You know, and this document helps you to take the time, because you're like, you know what, I got to write my planner today. Gives you that moment of timeout, you know. And I'm telling you, as quick as Shawna just took a sip on that coffee, or that whatever's in that coffee,
now what I got in this maybe
is a whole other story. Exactly. But no, seriously, in a quick sip you can be one sentence, and sometimes one sentence is enough. So again, it's part of self-care. If you're going to, in this time, in this part of our history in the world, and with all that's going on, the energy levels are high, which I tell you again, you're close to the energy levels of the spirits. And that's why we're talking more to spirits than we ever had. That's why you're getting more information. But at the same time, with our energy levels high and our we're just running on with the hair on fire, this is a good time to find a release and to make sure we're doing self-care. If you don't do self-care, you could burn out, and we don't want that.
And then look ashy, and we don't want you ashy around here. Matter of fact, I got some body butter that will help you all the way out.
Exactly. Shawna can fix that problem.
I sure can.
And where would they find that problem, Miss Shawna? How can they fix it? Like
At
right underneath your name?
goddesspower.net, but you can click on, well, you can go to the link tree at Divine Goddess Power 888 on Linktree, and it will take you to all my links. And you can click on it, take you directly to the planners, take you to, if you want to schedule a private session, hey, I'm available. And also with Don, you can reach him down below at his email and reach out for him for a private reading if you want to go more in detail, especially if you get a reading today and you want to go more in detail with your reading. Yeah, we here. We is all the way here. But it ain't free. Just to let you know, it ain't free.
Exactly. Private readings have a little bit of chitching to them, but they're
no, because we go even deeper, and sometimes we go over the time requested, but no charge to you. It's just how the flow is, you know, just literally how the flow is. So
I went to this weekend. I was invited to give readings for, as you know, I'm hired quite often to come in and do events. People hire me for an event, and so I'll come in for 2 or 3 hours, and then whoever wants to come in and get a reading, the person who throws the event often pays. Okay, and so then they say, I'm going to pay you a certain amount. We agree that amount up front, and then I sit there for 2 or 3 hours, and whoever wants a reading gets a reading. Those readings are shorter. They're not extended readings. They're shorter readings because I want to get as many people in. And so I had a gala I was invited to a gala, so I went to a gala to do readings this weekend. And I intended to do just tarot readings. That truly was what I intended to do. But again, folks, as I say, the energy levels are high, and that veil is so thin now, and being able to connect over has been so much easier. And so while I was reading, there was 3 people specifically. Actually, it was 4. I'll tell you about the 4th. Remind me, number 4. Remind me with the word number 4. Okay.
Number 4.
There was 3 readings specifically where they sit down, and I'm like, oh, we're not doing tarot because it came through. Oh my gosh. And it was so wonderful because, again, I never book myself as a medium. I don't do it because, and I totally appreciate the people who are professional and can do the mediumship and have the confidence to know that for some reason, they are that one person in the entire world who can tell a spirit who's on the other side doing whatever, maybe even somebody else, that you must come here now and you must talk to the person. So I appreciate those people. I totally respect the fact that they can tell a spirit from the entire universe to come here right now at this moment and talk to this person. Anyway, so I do appreciate that. But in my world, the spirit comes through if they want to come through, and if they don't want to come through, I can do nothing about it. Okay. So, and that's only my world. I'm not critiquing anybody.
Only
work. No one. Anyway, I'm gonna get myself in trouble again. I don't mean to throw shade, but I can't even begin to fathom. I do. I know. I'm just trying to be nice.
I was like, do I got a fan to say shade on it? Because I
know you need one of Angie's fans with the shade word. You remember that?
Yes. I must be trying to channel her because I was like, I'm looking like, do I got it?
So of all the readings, 3 people sat down over the evening. 3 people sat down, and when they sat down, definitely the energy came through, and it was so wonderful because one woman, her father came through, and it was such a wonderful experience because in their lifetime, it wasn't a wonderful experience to have them in the same room. It didn't often happen, if you know what I mean. It was not good. And he came through to apologize about that. And again, I never knew these. I'm not even from Kingman, Arizona. I don't know anybody or most anybody in Kingman, Arizona. But this woman, and so a woman sits down in front of me. I don't know if her mom's here, her dad's here, or whatever. I don't know anything. So it's like you don't prepare for this. You don't know. And that's why mediums are so good, because when they come through, they give us information. They give us specific data that only the person you're with will know. And this man did. He apologized to his daughter because he used money as a wedge, as a tool to put her in line. And she rebuffed it. Now the other kids, he told me, and she confirmed, the other kids fell right in line with the money. They're like, okay, Dad says this, we're doing this. She's like, no, I ain't playing that game. I ain't doing that. And she was the hard-headed one. And so she went out and she did her thing, her own thing. She made her own way. It was not easy. She had a rough life. And he acknowledged that when he talked to me and was talking to her. He said, I know you had a rough life. And he said, I'm not excusing my behavior, but I want to let you know I'm proud of you, because in spite of me making it difficult for you, you became a better person and you became a strong woman and you are self-sufficient. And then he actually told me about how he was also wanted to thank her because she was taking care of mama. And
Oh, wow.
mama was left on the sideline when they fought. Unfortunately, mama could not deal. He cut mama off from her too. So mama couldn't even have a relationship with her own daughter for quite a while. And so it was wonderful that the father said, I was wrong. And I should not have done that looking back. And I apologize. And more importantly, thank you for now being the one who's taking care of mama. And because
Wow.
mama need to be taken care of. And the other kids who took from dad are not helping with mama. But this one person who was exiled is taking care of mama. And I thought, and so the father wanted to thank her for that. And then the father also showed me the necklace he gave her. And I'm like, did he give? And I asked her, I said, did he give you the necklace? Because he's showing me the necklace and it's this and that. Look, and she's like, that's it. I know the necklace. And I said, does he give it to you or to your mama? Because he's showing me that. And I said, it's like this connection, but it's you. And she says, yeah, he only gave me one thing in my life.
Oh,
that necklace. And she said, she told me that how when he got the necklace and he gave it to her, afterwards, the mother had told her that the father was so proud because he went out and on his own doing decided to get her a necklace, and he chose it without mama knowing or having any input on it, and came home, and he was so proud that he did this himself. And so the mother wanted her to know how much of a labor of love that was for him. It wasn't just a necklace, it was a labor of love as a way of whatever. And it was, and she, I mean, she was in tears at this point, and she was very moved by the fact that all this was being told to her, because
you made her mess up her makeup at a daggone gala.
So it was quite a wonderful experience. There was 2 other reads, and then of course number 4. Number four was not pretty. Number 4 came through, and when this woman, she was like a cherub. She was beautiful. She's beautiful, blonde hair, sweet, lovable energy. That she sits down, and all of a sudden, there's just yuck,
dark energy,
just dark, ugly, yuck. And I'm like, oh my goodness, what? Doesn't make sense. I'm seeing love, light, energy, and I'm, oh my goodness, Shawna.
And those be the ones that carry it and don't realize that they're carrying it, because they're so into the love, light, and energy, like the high energy.
Exactly.
They think they are, but
well, the good part is this one knew, because her house, this entity lives in her house. And
shut the front door.
There is a whole long story I'm not going into because it's a bit,
you better not.
But I'm telling you what, it was phenomenal. And she confirmed some of what I said, because she was told by somebody else the same information. And oh my goodness, I'm telling you, it's the first time I can remember where somebody came and the darkness was around them to that point where they needed to be told. And it was like, oh my goodness, it was.
Oh my gracious.
When we get off air, I'll give you a little more detail.
This is why I'm sipping the tea. If you was wondering what I was sipping on, it's some tea.
We'll talk some tea when this is over.
Oh, I love some tea. And it ain't piping hot. I'll warm it up later. I'll give me a new cup.
Exactly. So anyway, it's great. It was a great experience. If y'all ever are in the planning of an event and you want something very unique and crazy and wonderful, you should consider hiring a tarot reader or a medium or somebody to be part of that in that evening. And by the way, in the end, because we asked for donations for people to read, and I gave the donations to the hospital. That was my
that's awesome.
So I made no money. Don't get me wrong, I made no money. That was not what my intent was. My intent was to give back, and so I did give back. Except I did make money on my books. I sold some books, and then of course I sold some of my note cards. So that was cool. But that was only to make money back for having to print them, because it doesn't print themselves.
No. You got to take the coins for that, because that comes out of your own pocket.
That's my
it's
pocket.
got to be replenished.
Yes, but seriously, if you guys, think about it. If you ever do a birthday party for yourself, or if you're planning something for somebody else, hire a reader to come in and pay them, make a negotiated contract, and have them pay for the hours or whatever, however you want to agree to it. But it adds a really cool aspect to your event to have that. And this was a Mardi Gras event, by the way. This was about Mardi Gras.
And it was perfect for that.
And that's what they said. They said they needed it. And of course, when they came looking, they knew somebody who knows Mardi Gras and who has done the New Orleans thing. And so they thought, you're the perfect guy,
And just got back from that area.
Yeah. Just came back. Actually, that was one of the things. So yeah, folks, keep that in mind. Think about it. When you're doing a party planning, if you're in a situation where you do galas or whatever, or even just birthday parties, think about it. How wonderful it would be to give that opportunity to folks. And again, I'm sure you'll find a local reader, or you can fly me in. I'm available. And Miss Shawna will join me, I'm sure, and Miss Angie will join me. We'll tag team you.
Tag team.
Yes, we'll make it a weekend.
Way, not that other way.
Oh no, not that way. No. Yeah, we don't bump tortillas. Sorry. No.
We brothers and sisters, not kissing brothers and sisters.
Exactly. We don't do kissing cousin thing.
No. No, we're not in the deep West Virginia.
Exactly.
In the woods that don't nobody know about in the mountains. No.
That's southern West Virginia.
Oh, well, somewhere in there, in the woods that you do not know anything about. The first time I heard about that, I watched the movie Wrong Turn, and I was like, what in the world am I watching? And I was like, oh, this is where? But I don't, it wasn't, real, but I was just like, is this for real? Or is this? So, and then.
Well, I tell you what, my dad, when he was still with us at the end of his life, he chose no longer treatment, right? And he said, I don't want any further treatment. And so then he went on hospice. And the hospice nurse that came in, my dad lived in West Virginia. He lived in eastern West Virginia, northeastern. He was in the northeast corner, where there's Pennsylvania, Maryland, and West Virginia. And actually, we had a house in Maryland that we just sold this past year. And that house was 2 miles from his house. And yet we were in Maryland and they were in West Virginia. You would drive a mile down the road, you go across a bridge, and there was a mile marker from 1840 something where you crossed over into West Virginia. And that historical marker is still there to this day, which is kind of cool.
way.
Yeah, so they were like 2 miles from us, but they were in West Virginia, we were in Maryland. That's how close he is to the Maryland border. And anyway, so when the hospice nurse came, and we got to know her a little bit, because it was about 3 weeks to a month before he actually passed. And I was there. I went back and I spent the entire time helping my mom deal with him and so forth. My brother actually came the last week as well, which was kind of cool. But she was telling us that she is, as a hospice nurse, she travels around the state, right? And she works with folks, and she was asked to cover down South West Virginia for a period of a few weeks. And she said, I will never, ever do that again. She said there are places in the southern West Virginia that, you pull up to the back driveway, which is like back there, and all of a sudden you see people popping out from the trees, and the guns and all the other stuff, and you're like, oh, you are not safe there. And there's the meth labs that are in the back there. There are they're the new shiners. They're the new moonshiners, and then all the stuff. And you are not welcome. And she's like, no. She was warned. She's like, they told her, they said, you don't want to be here, and you definitely don't want to be here by night. If you're an outsider at night, you may not make it out, And I mean, we've heard of sundown towns in the South for a long time. I never knew there was sundown towns that had nothing to do with police, in the North. It's like in the North, it's like, if you're a stranger, get out. It's not even a race thing in the North. In that part of West Virginia, it's get out if you're a stranger, because if you're a stranger, you may not make it out otherwise. It's like, she was really
all over the country.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, when we was going from Vegas to Palm Springs, or was it Kingman to Palm? Yeah, no, Vegas to Palm Springs. Yeah, the same. We
Yeah.
were like, I'm glad we left in the morning time because you don't know what's out there, like in the
Mhm.
middle of nowhere. Come
Yep.
on. And it's just, yeah, it was four of us in the car. Yep. Nope. Let's just keep on. Hope you got the gas. I hope you got
Yeah.
enough gas to get to where some light, a store, or something is at. And these are the cops even be waiting for you
Yeah.
too. So it's
Oh, yeah.
like
Oh, my goodness. Just
they're the
waiting.
main ones.
Yeah, they're just waiting
They're
for
the
something.
ringleaders.
Yes, indeed.
You know,
Oh, yes, yes, yes.
we ain't got
I'm telling
time for
you.
that, child.
Yeah, and it's interesting because when we used to drive from time to time, we drive from our house in Maryland to Houston, right, back and forth,
Mhm.
and we had the LR3 back then, that Rover, and that Rover was so wonderful and it was so easy to drive. You didn't mind driving long distances. But we
Mhm.
had to pick, and one time specifically, Ed went back on his own. He drove back on his own, and I was worried for him. I said, "Don't go down south. Don't." He's like, "Oh, but I'll just get down through here." I'm like, "Mississippi." I'm like, "No, you ain't. No, no, no. Don't do that. Don't do that. Look at my
All
it's empty
right.
face. Look at my face. Don't do that. Don't do that." I'm like,
Oh,
"No, you do." I mean, Tennessee is bad enough. In Kentucky, they have some history, but they're still
Kentucky,
a little more
yes.
civil. But the down Mississippi, Alabama, no. I said, "Look, we lived in Texas long enough." And we went to Louisiana many times, and we know what the South can do. So I'm like, no,
Man.
don't do that to me. Don't,
Mm-mm.
I want to get you home safe. Even Arkansas worries me, but at least I'd have you go through Tennessee, Arkansas, and Kentucky.
Right, right,
It's safer
right,
than Mississippi and Alabama. It's like, no, 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 no,
right.
no, 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 no.
When I came this one I just had got out of college and I went with a friend and we had to drive his car back. Said, okay, we're going to St. Louis. I flew into St. Louis and we had to drive this car back to North Carolina. Um, when we got into Kentucky, I was like, oh, I had my seatbelt on so tight and I was praying the whole time. The
Mhm,
whole time. And this was a white guy and a black woman sitting in the car. Okay. And that was not,
mhm,
you know, we
mhm.
stopped at the store. He had to get gas. I locked all the doors. I locked all the doors. Okay. At the store, it had Wendy's attached to it.
Mhm.
I said, well, we can get something. We just go to the drive-through. We ain't getting that. Let's just go to the drive-through. Go to the drive-through. I ordered my burger the way I wanted it. We get up to the daggone thing. They hand us the bag. Before you take off, let me check. Let me see. This is the wrong burger. That lady looked at me. She bent down and looked at me in the car. And I said, don't worry about it. I just take it off. I just take it off. Don't you worry about a thing. Why did I say anything? Why did I say anything? No, then I turned and looked out the car. I'm like, looking out the window. All right, we got to go. Let's go. Let's go.
Sure.
You know,
Sure. Something for Uncle Bubba. Uncle Bubba, there's some uppity
right?
girl over
I'm
there. You
like,
need to go take care of her. Chase her
right?
down.
And I'm like, let's just. And then the way we had to get back into North Carolina, we went through the country part. I was just like, please don't let it get dark. Please don't let it get dark. Please don't let it get
Yes.
dark because no
Yes.
one's gonna find us.
Yeah.
No one will find us.
Yeah.
It's nothing but green and ditches and one house and then green and then a ditch and then another house and then some trees and then please. I said, right then, I said, I'm done with these crazy ass road trips coming from. I don't want to do this no more.
Yeah.
And then when me and Kenny came from Kingman and drove to Florida,
Mhm.
I would say there wasn't really anything crazy
Mhm.
because we kind of planned it out good
Yeah.
with truck stops, you know. And but it was one. We was driving at night. I believe it was Alabama or Arkansas, one tell of them. I don't know. We stayed on the 40, but it took us off on one of them little back roads, the fastest way. We get on this thing. We see this huge truck coming in our lane. And this isn't like this is only two-way, and he's coming in our lane, and we're like, so who's gonna move first? Finally, the guy moved, but got right back, and it was a 18-wheeler behind us. We was like, I think it's best for us to stop for tonight. So we pulled into the Walmart parking lot. It was up under this big police thing. You know how to have the big
the
up under
thing.
that thing. And we had to take a nap. We took a nap, but before we took a nap, we heard the paramedics. We heard the fire truck. We was like, he ran into somebody. He had to kill him.
Oh my gosh!
Because he was on the wrong street.
Yeah.
Well, we didn't stick around and find out.
No.
Got our little butts back up and took off at the crack of light.
Yeah.
We was like, what in the wow.
I'm telling you, it's crazy. It's crazy out there. We live in an insulated world. Sometimes we really don't know. We don't know, or choose not to know, depending on the situation. And we think, and it's crazy. But I remember Vidor, Texas, when I was at A&M, and Vidor, Texas was very, very known. And they had a sign that said, make sure you're out of town by sundown. Make sure you're out of town. And it said it at the entrance of the town. Make sure you're out of town by sundown. And you knew very clearly you did not want to be in Vidor, Texas.
Right.
If you're bold enough to tell me, I'm bold enough to hear it. I'm listening.
Right.
I'm out of here. It's true. Oh my gosh. I'm telling you, East Texas, West Texas never scared me so much, but East Texas, man, I'm telling you.
We didn't, I don't think we stopped anywhere in Texas just to get gas, but Texas was a long ride. That was the majority of our trip. And man,
when you hit El Paso, because you just come across the border, not the Mexican border, but the border from Mexico, Las Cruces, and then you maybe 10 miles, and then you're in El Paso. When you're in El Paso, you think, oh, I'm in Texas. Texas is a world, and you have
it's a whole
10 to 12 hours before you hit Houston. And that's what you had, because you took 10, I'm guessing, right? So 10 trick, and so it took you from El Paso into Houston, and then you went through.
We was on 40. We must have got on.
40 is north. 40 wouldn't take you through Texas, though.
Yeah, 40 did take.
10 takes you through. So then you went through.
Because we had to go. We went through Dallas.
Oh, that's north. Yeah, that's north.
Okay, so Dallas
10 will bring you down through Houston.
Oh, okay. So we went. Yeah, the top.
Yeah, you went through New Mexico. Texas. You went through Albuquerque.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So and then you cut up across Oklahoma into Texas, the northern part of Texas. Yeah.
I didn't think we was in Oklahoma.
Yeah, it's a short period of time because it's part of that little panhandle part there that goes, and then you come through Texas, and then on into Louisiana, and then
Mississippi,
and then Alabama, and then to the panhandle of
okay, so it was Alabama. Then it wasn't Arkansas. Then yeah. So it was, and then we went panhandle, and then down,
and then down. Yep.
That's what. Then we got on the 75.
Exactly, and then just straight shot.
Yeah, went straight down.
Yep.
Because if we would have stayed on 40, we would have went all the way to the Orlando side.
Jacksonville.
Yeah.
I think to Jacksonville, because Jacksonville's up here. Because 40 is up here. Orlando is down here. So I think you would have hit Jacksonville if you continue across. Yeah.
It was unique.
Yeah.
I'm glad I could say I did it across the country, but I'm back on my bougie. Let's fly, let's ship. Let's ship.
Well, remember,
let's ship. But we have 2 cars, so one car was shipped here, and then the other car, we drove because my baby's got to, they got to live. So I had all my plants in the car, and I wouldn't let my plants die. Shoot.
Exactly.
That was a trip. But when we got to Dallas, it felt like we was in a NASCAR. And I am so glad I wasn't the one driving in Dallas. Kenny was like, oh, yeah, I like this. We got in that HOV lane. Traffic was backed all the way up. Got in that HOV lane. And it took us under the city or whatever. Next thing you know it, we're looking, I'm like, it looks like you're doing a 120 over there. but everybody else was. So.
Everybody else doing it. If you're sitting at 100, you're sitting because everybody else is holding by you.
And this is me the whole time. Let no cop come. Please, let's not get pulled over. I'm looking like, where can you get pulled over at? Nowhere in here.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we got out of that traffic. That traffic was crazy. And then we stopped at in Louisiana at this soul food place. Got me one of them little daiquiris and some catfish bites, and I was happy than a camper.
No alligator bites? What?
No, they didn't have any. They had ran out, so I had to do the catfish.
Oh, okay. Because alligator bites actually are good if you eat. I mean, it sounds kind of crazy when I say it, but I'm telling you.
Oh, no. I know about gator bites.
Yeah, they're good.
Yeah.
Yeah, if they're done well. I mean, if they're because they're not dry. Because if they're too long,
and they can
dry,
be
not good.
too chewy.
Exactly. Yep.
You know.
Yep.
Yep. But they taste like chicken nuggets to me. So
they do. They taste good. They taste good. The first time I tried gator, I was in the Metairie outside of New Orleans. There's a little town called Metairie, and and this guy threw a big party. He was an oil dude he had a house in River Oaks, Houston, and he had a house in New Orleans as well. And so we were invited to come down to to have his party. And we didn't know what kind of house he had. We didn't even know he had a River Oaks house until later. And so we just thought there was going to be a little house party, right? You walk in and then there's cars up and down the street. There was valets parking people. You get out, you walk down into the house, and this house opened up to this massive yard. And you're like, holy crap, this is not New Orleans. This is like it's amazing. It was a big house and a big yard in Metairie. And he bought the house behind him and tore it down. So he had more space, and it was like crazy. And he had the waiters there, and they were serving the crab, the little po' boys.
Fish.
No, they had po' boys on a thing, so it was like little bites, And they had the they had crawfish, they had or crayfish, what do they call them? Crawdaddies, and I don't know. Anyway, all that stuff in there. They had, and it was. I mean, I tried so many things, and it was so wonderful. Quite an experience, and going on. I like alligator. I'm like, the thought of it is one thing, but it's like, what? It's just like a chicken.
The first time I had alligator was in North Carolina, at this place called Yazoo's or something like that. But they are Louisiana. They are a restaurant from Louisiana, and they put a restaurant in North Carolina. I was like, So I was like, I'm kind of a little addicted to these, but it wasn't something I ate every day.
Right.
And then, but when we came to Florida, I see them on the menu. I'm like, should I go ahead and get these as an appetizer? Because then when we was here, when we first got here, we went to this place. And I saw them on the menu. I said, oh yeah, let me get me some gator bites. They came out. I was so disappointed. I was like, how dare y'all? How dare you mess up freaking alligator bites?
Yeah.
And we're in Florida.
Yeah.
But I did get them at a bougie place. But still.
I hear you. Now you're getting me hungry, and we got to start readings. What is that?
I know. Let's read
before
I appreciate that. Be up here like...
Oh my goodness. Before we get to readings, one more thing I wanted to mention, and that is, if you have a chance, I would truly love and appreciate if y'all
check out your interview.
Absolutely. Listen to the interview. Miss Karen Bonafiglio had me on her podcast. I love that. It's very Italian, right? Bonafiglio. I think it's Italian. It sounds Italian, right? Anyway, otherwise I'm in trouble now. Anyway, Karen had me in for an interview. And so the interview is now posted. The interview was supposed to go in one direction, and as you watch me and Miss Shawna, when we sit down to talk about one thing like readings, we talk about, and that's what happened. So the interview turned out to be great, but it wasn't with the topic we had intended, and so I went back for a second. And guess what happened on the second? You wouldn't believe it. The same thing happened. So it's another great interview, and that one, because it wasn't supposed to be about necessarily mediumship, and it turned into a long mediumship conversation. They turned that into a second interview, and then there's going to be yet a third interview. And this third interview, I'm determined to stick to the book and talk about the book and about
about the book.
Exactly, because I just haven't.
But it's good for her. She's getting views, and you getting views.
Oh yeah, and I love it because it talks about the one thing I love, and that is this metaphysical stuff. And so when we talk about it, in this interview, you'll see I talk about the metaphysical, I talk about spirits and spirit guides, and about that conversation. And it's interesting, the conversation we had, this took place a while ago, and then it was just put together and released. And yet it seems so timely with what we're talking about and how the veil is so tight now. So it's like this is really a great conversation. So if you could, I'd appreciate you clicking on this and checking it out. And I'll put the link in the chat too. So if you guys don't get the thing, you can do it that way. But yeah, I'm excited about it, and it turned out really well. So I appreciate it. Thank you, Karen. Thank you, Karen, so very much. And I'm looking forward to the next interview.
Cool.
So with that, Shawna, who are you drawn to first today to get a reading?
I got a request today, and that request is from Calling on Angels.
All right, then.
She want us to pull, I don't know if it's a card or some cards.
Miss Bonnie, you're still here? Miss Calling on Angels, you still here? That's okay. We always, I'll make sure what time it is, and I'll even tell her. So it's 41, 57, 42. Okay.
I had to, I got called to pull out my old deck back out. Because I was sitting here, I was like, okay, what in the world? This deck.
Oh, yeah, the Pulp Fiction deck.
Yes. I was like, okay, are we feeling a little different today? Probably.
Oh, she's here too. She's still here.
Oh, good.
She says, of course.
So she was like, where were we this morning? Because we were sitting here, we were working, trying to figure out the phone situation, Bonnie.
Our arch nemesis, technology. So while you do that, I'm going to pop right over there and get something to drink and bring it right back here. So if I slip out of the screen, you'll know why. I just didn't fall off the chair.
Okay. No, it's all good. When you pop back out, pop back in. All right, Miss Bonnie, which is Calling on Angels. I do see you, Miss Bonnie Martin, as well. I hope all is well. But here we go. Let's get into. There we go. Now y'all can see the chat. Thanks, huh? Oh, so the first card that comes out is the King of Wands energy. I feel like this is getting you into your business. You stepping into your business, you doing things for your business. If you're wondering what's going on with your business, it's like you got the world here right beside it. I feel like there is things are taking a turn that is upward. Okay. I also feel like what I'm hearing is set intentions for what you want your business to be about, or what you want your business to bring in, what you want your business like the focus is on your business, if that makes sense. So it's important to set intentions around that, because I do see maybe there's some traveling involved here, based off the business department that's going on in your life. Let's get some clarifiers. I also feel like you bringing in newer ideas, like old is done with and the new things are coming up for you to implement into your business. There could be some new ideas. I just feel like it may feel like a start over, but it really isn't. It's like an expansion, like a rebirth. Okay, a rebirth, Miss Bonnie. But it's also bringing in the success with this for you, especially when it comes to the entrepreneurship here. It's just taking it to the next level. It's like what didn't work for you before, and you implementing something new in is going to be working for you now and on. Okay. But I just feel like there's a rebirth happening with your business and with yourself. I feel like there's a blessing coming in from spirit. And it's like, okay, so this is the time to be open to receiving it. But I do feel that there's a focus on, you got the Five of Pentacles here. This Five of Pentacles, I feel like this is this energy of a revisit of some sort. Or feeling like a recoup from a loss, if that makes sense. But guess what you got? You got the Nine of Cups. This Nine of Cups is, a wish fulfillment here. Standing in that confidence, being confident when you make decisions, being confident when you are accomplishing your goals. But it is happening. Just because you are changing things up, you are revamping things, you are maybe revisiting some old ideas and then bringing them ahead. Maybe it's ready now for these ideas to come ahead. You do have the Empress. Yay, I love this. The Empress for you. It's like you have like amazing. Oh, and you got 3 major arcana here, but I'm gonna keep going. Actually, 4 major arcana. So things are making a major change, are making major changes in your life, which is amazing. I feel like also you nurturing with this Empress being here. I feel like you are nurturing things that surround you, your environment, but also yourself. I do feel with this energy of Venus being here, and being that Venus is in retrograde, it is like a focus on your finances as well as what you want to do with this, as far as in growth. Like you planted your seeds already, so now you're working on fertilized land. Okay, now what do you do with, now what are you going to take with the products? What you going to take with what you've done? When I say products, I mean the things that you have sown, the things that you have planted. Those seeds are coming into harvest now, and it's like this new energy of birthing something new. Okay. Yes, it's being patient. And it's this type of duality energy here of balance. But here's the new ideas that's coming in with this Page of Swords. New way of approaching the situation, or your business, or what you got going on, honey. I also feel like there is a duality of decision making, and bringing in balance. But I also feel like there is success here. Okay, I really do. You have the full energy here. You got now 5 major arcana. This is change. Okay, this is big change. I feel like this month is going to, and so on, but especially this month for you, I think it's going to be a powerful month for you. Also, a month of taking risks with this full energy here, really taking risks of taking it to the next level, and taking that leap, is what I'm feeling with this full energy. But also trusting how the universe is, or how spirit is guiding you, because this is you going into the unknown here. Almost, you do have the Knight of Swords. This is straight and to the point. What are you waiting on? What are you waiting on? It's time to get going, get on this and move forward, full steam ahead. All right. You've done, it's over of sitting behind the scenes, all of that. Now it's time for you to be on Front Street. And I feel like I got a piece of hair. Or maybe that spirit touched me. But it's you, it's time to take it to the next level, Bonnie, if that makes sense. Okay. Let's get a message from the guides here. I'm just really feeling like, what are you waiting on? I feel like this is what Spirit's like. What are you waiting on? Here's the signs. Here's the confirmation. Whatever it is that you have been thinking about, whatever you've been wanting to do, here, let's do it. Let's get it done. Okay. No more waiting around. You need to make a decision. Let's make it now type of energy. Okay. Let's get... Ooh, love is your energy. Yes, love goddess. Yes, love goddess. Love is your energy. Definitely. This is all you and a bag of organic kettle chips. Okay. Not no Lay's, not that greasy mess. This is all healthy. Even though Lay's do taste good. Ooh, feel joy in all you do. Okay. So those are your messages from the guides. Okay. Love is your energy, which is, we all know that you are 100% the love goddess here. And joy, feel joy in all that you do. So change your energy level. Be in if this is what you, whatever your business, that's what you love to do, bring that high vibration in it and things change. Okay, because this is like starting of new, and it's never too late to start of new. I know it may be feel like dang, I gotta do this, I gotta do all of this. Technically you already done the leg work and the detail work. Now it's about doing that other work that is keeping you on that other level of leveling up. Okay, I'm done. I'm a hush.
Well, it sounds like it was a very
That
good
was a
read.
hell of a read.
I thought for a minute you were going to get into a love reading with the love goddess.
Oh,
And I thought, oh, are you going to try to put a man on her? I was like, what's going
nope.
on? I don't know.
Nope. Even though the lover's card did come up, but it was a different type of situation. It was all about success and bring a balance. Did you just see that?
I did.
Okay, Spirit. Who's the guy with the white shirt on? It's a guy that came with a white shirt on. It looked like he had a blue stripe or some sort, or a blue thing. Blonde hair. Ah, damn. Why did I? Who is this person? It just showed all the way up.
Yes.
Oh, it looked like it's a uniform. Okay. I don't know.
Is that yours?
What, the beeping?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's outside. I got the windows open.
I thought the alarms were going off. I'm like, what's happening here? You're trying to get the alarm for me.
Oh, this is the guy that came and threw him. No. Did anybody else? Did you see what he had on? He had on a white, it looked like a uniform. Oh my gosh, it looks like a military uniform. I want to say like the Navy. I don't know. It was white. What's the white? Is that the Navy?
Yes. One of their uniforms are white. Hmm?
Yeah, because he just...
Yep. Yeah, they're the only service that has the white ones, I think. Yep.
I didn't see like... Oh, yeah, okay. Look, they had blonde hair. But I know when I saw that white shirt, it was like dark blue. With the dark blue little thing. I don't know. but it was like a uniform. Okay, so
Can anybody own that that energy, a person that wore, probably in Navy, that wore that kind of uniform, or that could have been, at one time, people who delivered milk in the old days used to, and also people who worked in bakeries used to wear that kind of. So if you had a father or male, you said, right?
yeah, it was a male.
Yeah. If you have a father or grandfather
Blonde
who's
hair.
on the other side, who had blonde hair, who wore a white uniform, had some blue on it, apparently blue, you said, on it?
Like a blue, it was like a blue stripe, like a blue stripe.
Mm-hmm.
Like a blue.
So if anybody can
a
connect
dark
to that,
blue
let us know.
stripe.
Yeah.
I felt like it was military just because, but it's a uniform.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Again, white uniform, a blue stripe across.
Mm-hmm. And was kind of like a cutie pie too, because he had to make himself all the way known. Let me pull my shirt up, child. Let me keep my. Stop taking, sir.
Oh, he's been on the water for too long.
You sure have. We was just, wait a minute, hold on. I'm taking, sir. Okay. Hold on.
Oh my goodness.
The kitty thing making me. It just got hot in here.
Oh, that tells you the male spirit. Then there you go. Because they bring the heat. The male spirits tend to bring the heat.
Man, just had to show all yo. Oh Lord.
And that was not a personal summer. That was actually heat.
That was. I am over here hot. My chest. That's why I was like, wait a minute, hold on. I feel like Spirit just flirted with me. Hold up. That has never happened before. Got me all flooded, child.
My goodness. Well, Miss Bonnie, I see a lot of action cards. The Knight of Cups, and the Knight of Cups is the first card out. The second card out is a 10 of Pentacles, and the third is the Knight of Pentacles, and they're in this order. My hair's messed up a bit. Anyway, point. Here we go.
See,
a lot of movement around happiness. So again, this is a lot of activity. Things have picked up for you, and you're enjoying, and you're getting some enjoyment. You're moving to an enjoyable phase. And that phase you're moving into, that activity and movement and motion and the excitement is generating some interest at home, and of course money's coming with it. So but it's more than money, because it's abundance. I mean, you have the abundance tells you it's joy, it's happiness, it's keeping, again, it's just bringing in more than one thing. So it's not just about the money. So whatever you're doing, keep doing it, because it's leading to a good place and a good space for you to be in right now. Love that energy, a very positive energy around you. Again, keep moving, keep doing what you're doing, because what you're doing is it's leading to, again, something bigger and better, which I like. Let's see what else we get here. Oh my goodness. Oh, look, and it was something new, which is wonderful. I like that. That's the Ace of Wands. So and keep working on it. There's still things to be known. What you know in the front end, you don't know in the back end. So it's kind of one of those things that you're still looking for more, and you're learning and growing from it. But again, it's fulfilling. It's very fulfilling for you right now. So you're actually in a pretty good space, is what I'm picking up.
Yes.
And you're ready.
Is.
Patiently work and grow on it, because that's what's coming in. That Queen of Pentacles is that patient energy that's saying the abundance is arriving. So keep embracing it, keep pulling in it, okay? And just and don't get dissuaded. Don't let yourself get down. Don't get frustrated. Just keep pushing forward. And as you plant the seeds will in return come back to you.
Definitely.
There you go.
Oh yeah, Bonnie, don't forget, set your intentions around your business. Okay?
Yes.
Around the business. This is an important time and an important month to do so.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Especially on the 12th, the 20, on the 12th, The 21st and the 30th.
Hey, Miss Angie, good to see you in.
Hey, Miss
Wonder
Angie.
what happened to you.
You
I've been
missed it,
making you work.
child. You missed it. you all the way missed it. Phew. All right, who's next?
I'm gonna let you pick again because you chose very well this time.
I did. Let's go with let me see if I say this right. Selena Garcia. Did I say that right?
Close enough. I think so. The C, right? The C. Yeah. C,
yeah, there you go, up the top.
Mm-hmm.
General, please.
Is that what she?
Yeah, on the screen.
Yep. Got it. What's wrong with?
Hey, Allison. Hey, all of y'all. We forgot to say hey, dude. The whole line. I said it right. Yes. Let me tell you, that is a lot right there for me to get a name right. Because, boy, I like to sound it out for some reason. Like how you did in school. Complicated.
Exactly. Phonetically, we learn phonetically speaking. It's like,
you're right.
Broke it down to the syllable.
To the syllables. Is there anything else for? Thank you. Ooh, you gonna have a tower moment. You gonna have a tower moment. All the way. Yes. This tower moment, it's kind of like what you asked for. Spirit said was giving you. What did Victoria say? Don?
Victoria?
Ain't her name Victoria?
Oh, yes. Not Victoria. No,
No, what's her name?
Valerie.
Yes. Okay.
So when I started on this healing journey, about 2 years ago, my life was like really unmanageable and I got shut. You know how the universe or God kind of like taps you on the shoulder, you don't listen, kind of gives you a little push, you don't listen, shoves you to your knees, you still don't listen. I got shoved on my ass.
Valerie, there we go.
Valerie, there we go. Valerie, I should remember that. Yes. Amy Winehouse. Okay. This, you can look at it in a good thing because now Spirit is stepping in to make changes for you. Now, this could have been something you asked for. Like, Spirit, step in. God, step in. Do your thing. Okay. Be careful what you ask for. Okay? So, things are going to get uncomfortable, but there is a new beginning that comes with that. As the old gets crumbled down, it gets blown up, the new comes right on in, okay? As the new comes in, it changes a whole lot of things up. It takes you all the way out of your comfort zone. So just have this understanding, everyone. When you ask Spirit to step in for you, on your behalf, God, I need you to do this for me. I need you to step into my situation. All right. Are you ready for this? Because there's going to be some discomfort here because you got to get out of your comfort zone. Okay. That was so country what I just said, but you've got to get out. A double tower. Oh yeah. But this is transformation. This is a tower clarifying a tower. This is big. This is big and major. This is also welcoming in something big and new for you. Okay. So much so it's getting you ready and prepped for the future. Big, something like a big, huge change. You got the 3 of Wands here. This is the focus of preparing for the future or looking at the future. What is it that you want to bring into your life? What are your goals? What is your dreams? This is bigger than just goals. I feel like these are your dreams. It's like, all right, it's time for you to dream bigger and better instead of these, all right, you know, I want this little dream. No, no, no. What? Spirit's like, hold on. Do you not know what I'm capable of doing for you? Do you not understand what I'm capable of giving you? So tell me what you want. Demand it almost. Okay. And go from there. Set your attentions around that. Okay. And yeah, I'm loving how Spirit is definitely blessing you with a gift, with a newness. It's taking you out of your old, and you are rising to something new. It's also like an awakening that's happening, but it's also a level up for yourself, for your situation, for everything that you got going on. And this is like you being vulnerable to receiving, you being vulnerable to the universe. Okay, what are you waiting on? It's time to get moving. It's time to get moving with this high energy. This is not low energy. This is not low vibration. This is high vibration. So are you ready? Now, there I would someone did do a TikTok and said, "Are you ready?" But that was for the advertisement for the class. But are you ready to go up to that next level? That's that, and continuously rise. You do have the Three of Pentacles here. This is all about coming together and working together as a team. I also feel like I just feel like, you know, people coming into your life that's new, but you're being noticed of what you're capable of doing. People are noticing what you can do and what your skills are, what you bring. You don't just bring what you bring to the table, you bring the whole damn table. You be like, listen, I got this new table that I just got. What's up? Yes, you bring happiness, you bring joy, you bring all this good vibration. So who didn't want to be around you? Nine of Pentacles. Hello. Definitely coming into your harvest. Definitely coming into abundance. Wow, things are definitely changing for your finances. It's a lot of things, but this is bigger than this is like life changing for you. But this is transformation. You are transforming. You are being the transformer. you you know so woo, this is like this is big energy. I'm loving how the energy is coming in today already with just two readings and how this is high energy. Stay with that, you know. Tell her husband you need a new table for sure. I know that's right, Vanessa. Actually, she can go get her own table. Because that's that type of energy. She's bringing that table. Okay. But there is joy, there's happiness, there's promise. And wow, it's just alignment here. Things are aligning for you in a big major way. And it's all family. I love how this 10 of Cups is. I'm done.
Well, for
I'm
me,
done.
I don't know. For me, I only have. I keep seeing June. I keep seeing June, and I keep seeing June for you, and I keep seeing celebrations, celebration. Yeah, it's interesting because I get this. It's like a conflict. There's a conflict. There's a conflict in my head about June's celebration. So I'm not even sure the word celebration is. It's celebration, but it's not celebration. It's acknowledgement. It's. I'm not sure I can find the right word. You need to plan. I'm being told plan something specific, something acknowledging in June, and it needs to be like a celebration of life, and not a celebration. No, I don't think it's a celebration of. No, it's not a. It's not a party. It's a party, but it's not. It's not a celebration for something. No. No. It's something heavy. It's something heavier. It's a celebration of life. It's a celebration of life. It's not a celebration of an event that is like it's something you wouldn't necessarily celebrate. It's something did somebody pass in June? Because I'm feeling like there's an anniversary of a passing, and so I feel like that it needs acknowledging in June.
Oh, someone has passed, and it's like a memorial celebration.
Yeah, it's like an acknowledgement of life. It's a celebration of life, but it's not like it's not like a celebration as in a graduation. So it's telling me it's a passing and a celebration of someone's life and their time here on earth. And I'm picking up June. Your brother. So you're saying your brother. My oldest brother passed June 9th. Okay. Yeah. Okay, good. I got that. Okay, good. Okay. Make this year important. I'm being told that this year you really need to make this one important. I don't know why. I have no idea why. I don't know. Did he leave family? Did he leave children or something? There's something significant about this year specifically. So in June, do a celebration of his life. Do something because somebody needs that. Somebody needs that. And you're the one that can do it. You're the one that can pull it together. And I don't know if it's maybe the family has some fragmentation or whether there's some, you know how sometimes we get into our own world and we forget those things that bind us, and maybe that's what it is. All I know is that if I would suggest strongly to do a celebration of life for him, plan one and do an event where you all get together,
I think that was him that showed up then.
Is it? It could be. Yeah.
Did your brother have blonde hair?
No, her brother, the image he's showing me, he's a big guy. He's a big burly guy.
Okay.
He's like a big old bear. He's a big old bear. So in our community, he's a big old bear. And he looks like he's cuddly and likable and all that stuff. He looks very warm and affable. So I don't think he has blonde.
I was trying to put that one to somebody.
Yeah, Selena, did he have blonde hair? Because I'm getting larger and darker hair and just a bigger guy.
Oh, okay.
I'm picking up maybe even facial hair too. So Selena, can you answer that? Whether he had blonde hair or whether maybe he's the Navy guy or whether he's again rich?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
You called him bear. Okay, yeah, because I got a big old bear, and that's kind of the image I get from him.
Okay.
Big old.
I was still trying to figure out who this person was.
Yeah. Yeah, interesting. Yeah, cool. Okay. Yeah. Well, do something to celebrate it. Definitely celebrate his life this year. There's I'm being drawn. He did have facial hair. Okay, good. Yeah, because I'm just getting all that imagery. I'm getting some reason this year specifically, and I think you'll know why. As you get closer to the time, you'll know why you were told to do this or given a drawn to do this. And I don't know again if it's a fragmentation of family or whether there's something else at play or whether the kids are having some landmarks at this point. I don't know, but Bonnie said her brother was in the Army and he had blonde hair.
Oh.
So maybe that's who Bonnie Lafferty. Maybe that's who you're picking up then, Shawna.
Oh, okay.
Bonnie's been here and asking for a reading, so maybe that's exactly what we're picking up.
Maybe.
So do that for me, Selena. Plan something. Plan an event. Plan something around it. Maybe even do a fundraiser in his honor or something like that. I don't know, but do something to acknowledge him. Okay, but acknowledge his life. Acknowledge his essence. Acknowledge the love and care he gave to people. But give that energy something because again, that's what I'm picking up, and I think that A lot of fragmentation. Yeah, maybe that's what it is then. Again, because I was picking up family. So do me a favor, do something like that, and you will not be let down. You will not be. This is what he's asking anyway. So if you could do that, I think you would be well served, and I think your family would be well served to have done that. Okay. And then if you do that, let us know. Let us know how it happens. Let us know how it goes. He's such a warm, wonderful guy. I mean, it's interesting because I feel the bear hugs. He's like a bear hug guy, you know? And so he was a big, I mean, I could feel him. He was a bigger guy. So he really, you know, he could give some bear hugs, and he was like that. I like it. It's funny because he had so did he have this, because I'm getting this look like one of these. Did he used to do something like that? Because I'm getting this like the look when somebody does something wrong, he kind of do this at them.
That's so funny. You know what card that fell out the deck?
What is that?
The one that's doing that.
Oh yeah, look at that. Yeah.
And he got dark hair. That is hilarious.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Wow, that's interesting because he's showing me kind of that. He's yeah, but he had a little bit of smirk. He has a little bit of smirk when he does that. It's kind of funny. Yeah.
That was so funny.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah, no, he's a great energy. I'm glad he came. Of all the energies that could come in, I'm glad, especially this morning, because you know we had some energies come in last night, but this morning, this is a good energy to have. This is a wonderful way to start my my mornings. That's nice. My morning at noon. What can I say?
Yeah.
So well, know that
cool.
know that he's here, and also know he's with you always, Selena. He's not. He when you need him, he's there. When you need him, he's there. When you need him, call on him and he will show up. You will feel his presence. He will hug you and you'll know you've been hugged. You'll feel the hug. You'll feel the heat because his body put off good body heat. So when you need him, call him like like you would speak to your sisters, like you would speak to me, like you speak to anybody else. Call him in and he'll come and give you a big old bear hug. He'll give you that feeling that you're not alone, because you never are alone. All you have to do is know that you're not alone. He is always there. He may not be there at every minute, but as soon as you draw him in, as soon as you need that energy, he will be there. Please know that is the case. And he knows it no matter where or what's going on. He knows it, okay? You guys were bonded. I mean, you guys were not just brother and sister. You have a very strong bond, okay? It's not just I've seen brothers and sister bonds and there's like, okay, whatever, you know. But no, you two had something very much stronger than just a regular brother and sister. You guys were very tight. You were you liked each other. You truly liked each other. And that doesn't always happen with brothers and sisters. You know, so I like that energy. Thank you for sharing that with us. And thank him.
Yes.
You know, it's funny.
Thank you for letting us read.
I keep asking him what his name is, and please don't give it to me, Selena, because eventually he will. But, and so don't offer his name. But I keep asking him his name, and he's playful. He won't tell me his name, and I'm like, come on! I've been getting so good at names. I even was talking about the other day how I've gotten so good with names from spirits, and now he's like teasing me. So he's like, you know, it's like he won't tell me his name. I'm like, okay, dude, now this is not cool, you know, whatever. But it's playful. It's not. He's very playful in that way. So I like that. But yes. I will get his name eventually, Selena, and don't be surprised if on the next one when we're talking, I throw that name out there, and you're gonna
got the name out.
I'll throw it out there.
There you go, Selena.
Yes. What's with the tattoos, Selena? He's showing me tattoos, but not his. What's with the tattoos? Again, I don't. It's not his tattoos, but he's showing me tattoos. And does your husband have tattoos? Is he showing me your husband have tattoos? Because he's showing me a lot of tattoos all of a sudden. What is the tattoos about? Where's that coming from? Why is that coming from? And I know we have a delay, Selena. So, but let me know. Does your husband have tattoos? Because he's showing me lots of tattoos, but they're not his. He's not showing me as I'm attached to him. So it's like he's showing me. It's like he's trying to connect to somebody else. And so if he's connecting to somebody else, maybe then your husband. Because again, if he was connecting to you, maybe that same energy. I have tattoos, and he had a tattoo in his memorial. My husband does have a lot of tattoos. Does he have them on his head? Because he's showing me his head. Does your husband have tattoos on his head? Because I'm seeing he's showing me tattoos on the head. Does that resonate? Is that? Or did because your brother's not showing me on his, but so it's like, is your husband bald? On his face. Okay. So that's where that is. Okay, so he's, I guess he's just acknowledging to say hello to your husband too, to let him know that he's part of this reading as well, because he brought in the tattoos, and I just needed to, and that's interesting. Okay, yeah, yeah. Oh, cool. Wow, interesting. Cool. That's crazy. I like it. Yes. Yeah, because he's showing me. Yeah, he's showing me this. Yeah, it's like here and here. Yeah, interesting. Okay. Cool. Well, I just wanted to, I guess, so again, he's acknowledging, so in my essence is what that was, is he's acknowledging to tell your husband as well, make sure that, he knows that he acknowledged him as well. Okay. It's not just the one. My brother has tattoos on his head. Yes, my husband on his, and my husband's bald. Yeah, because I got the bald head. That's why I can see the tattoos. So, okay, makes sense. So, holy crap, that's exciting. That's interesting. I love it. I love it. Yes. Oh my God. Thank you. Thank you for sharing that, and thank you. And with that, thank you as well for coming through. Wow. Yeah. Oh, I feel good. I feel really good right now.
I know, right? It's like good energy today.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, I love it. I love it. It's wonderful. So wonderful. Jeez.
That's how you know the vibration is different right now.
Yeah.
With all of us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Even spirits is across the way, honey. They're like, oh, today is a great day. Let's slide in and say what's up.
Exactly. Wow. So it's yeah, no, I'm gonna, yeah, but we're good. Thank you. We're good. Let's wow.
So I just want to also reiterate, anybody that gets a reading done today, I know we're pumping and moving and high energy, and a lot of things can get lost, especially when you're answering questions and things like that. We recommend that you go back and rewatch this live. Mark the time when we say your name and we do your reading, so you know when to go back and write down the things that you need to write down, grab onto some of those key things that you may have missed during the beginning, because mine is a little different from Don's, because he did mediumship with you, Selena. So I'm just saying it's like totally different, but there's messages also within that mediumship, and there's messages also in the cards. So take advantage of that. Take advantage of that. Or anybody that's getting a reading done today.
Exactly.
And if you haven't already, make sure you like and subscribe to both of us on YouTube. We greatly, greatly appreciate it. Our numbers are going up. We need those watch hours to go even higher.
Exactly. And let's show some love to the crew, the whole crew.
The whole crew and nothing but the crew.
Exactly. Make sure we touch over Miss Angie and Miss Bonnie. And Miss Bonnie, this is the love goddess. So if y'all want love,
this is the love.
This is the one. This is the one. This is the one.
Yes.
Miss Susan will do some love readings too, but hers are fast. And so if you want something in depth, Miss Bonnie will give you in depth, but Susan does wonderful love readings. And then if you follow Miss Julie, follow Miss Julie's, all three of people that Miss Julie reads with will do love readings for you too. But each of them does it their own way and in their own processes.
Yes.
So enjoy. And if you follow any of us or all of us, make sure you hit the notification buttons, because that's who that's how you know when we're on. Okay.
Yes. Yes. Don, your Twitch is the same, right? Sonoran Mystic Tarot. Yeah. It's the same. Someone asked if you had a Twitch as well. So we're on 8 platforms.
Let's look up here.
How many?
At least 8, if not. 8 at this point.
Yeah, we're on 8 platforms, but we can see all the chats.
Yeah.
On both ends. That's why another reason why you see them up on the screen.
Yeah.
But yeah.
And we used to have 9.
When we first started out on Twitch.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah, way back when. Twitch was our first. Yeah.
That was our first. And
then
we moved
we used
over
to have 9 platforms, but then Twitter changed. And
I'm not on Twitter.
Required you to pay and so forth, and so you can't do lives on Twitter unless you're paying a ton of money to them, and I ain't doing it. Look at don't do it. So we don't do that mess. We don't do that mess anymore.
No, they get enough out of us from doing the subscription stuff.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. So who is next, Miss Shawna?
You know what? I would like to do Tanya Laws.
Okay.
I'm just feeling something heavy with her. Either she's feeling heavy or I'm feeling heavy. Either way, that energy is around. So I just give her some words of encouragement, some clarity, some enlightenment, some inspiration. So Tanya Laws, if you still here, can you let us know? Please and thank you. And while you're doing that, please go check out, you can, if you're in Scottsdale, you can go to the local library and check out the Ultimate Power Within. It's a great book about affirmations. But if you want your own copy, scan this code or hop on over to Amazon and get you your own copy, ebook and hard copy. And
Audible, yes.
And Audible.
Yeah.
So make sure you do that. It's a great read. It is literally rewiring your brain, where you are speaking your things into existence. Okay.
Absolutely.
So I just wanted to, be a PR for a moment.
There you go. Yeah, and if you go to SonoranMysticTarot.com, you can buy it directly from me at SonoranMysticTarot.com as well. But you can always buy it on Amazon at this link. So we're good either way. I'll take it.
Either way.
And it's getting ready to come up on its 1-year anniversary. On the 31st of this month, it will be 1 year old. And
1 year old.
Yes, and remember, this book won the Impact Award. It's an International Impact Award for 2 different categories, and I even have my little certificate. Let me get up here. Let me boast and brag a little bit.
Go ahead. You better. You better.
Here we go. There we go. And this is the we won it for the body, mind, and spirit category, and then the personal growth and development category. So we won in 2 different categories. And as Miss Shawna said, now we are in the Scottsdale Library. We are actually in their collection, which I love. So we are now official members of My Book is in the Library, which really makes me very happy.
The book is in the library, y'all. It's
absolutely. So that's kind of cool. Absolutely.
Tanya, did you leave us?
I think she did, because I put her name up there and it didn't, and she hasn't responded.
There you go.
All right.
Child.
All right. And while Miss Shawna taps into the energies with her, I also wanted to point out one more thing, and that is the lady who did the interview for me. This is her book. This is Karen Bonofiglio's book. Whoever dies first wins. If you have a chance, it's a good read. Check it out. Okay, it's a good read.
That's a unique title too.
It is, and it's about her husband and his passing and grieving and all that stuff. It's kind of interesting. And let's not forget, Miss Angie has a book too, and Miss Angie's book is wonderful, and it's written in her voice to the point where you can actually, when you're reading it, you can see her face. You can see her face with some of the words. You're like, oh my gosh, it's funny. It's funny. It's like it's interesting when I think of Angie. The thing that comes to my mind is this phrase that, yeah, you can quiet my voice, but you cannot turn off the what's the word? What's the thing that flows across the, when you're transcription on my face, that kind of thing. It's like, what are the subtitles? You can't turn off the subtitles on my face.
I was like, wait a minute, are we going with subtitles? But
yeah, the subtitles on my face. It's like and that's like Angie says, look at my face, look at my face. It's like, even when you're not saying it, your face will give it away, and that's so funny.
Yes. And her face gives everything away.
Yes, indeed.
Everything. She can't play poker. She won't be able to. Right. She'll look at them cards and be like,
look at my face. Don't do it. No.
Yeah.
Sorry, Shawna, there was a delay there when I.
It was okay. I wasn't ready.
But you said about the cards. You were sending the cards.
I said she would look at the card like she's playing poker and be like, "I'm about to beat that ass. I know I am."
And then everybody folds.
Fold.
Exactly. She's like, no, I got the best cards.
Right. Wait a minute. Who wants to win? No. You beat us already.
Exactly. So Tanya is here. Let's go. Let's what's up with Miss Tanya?
A lot.
Uh-oh.
A lot is what these cards is. A lot of these that came out. So we're just gonna go ahead and dive in. You got the full energy here. Okay. I feel like this full energy is like you is at the beginning of this new journey. Okay. It's like you are starting of new. And a lot of times when you come out of something bad or you going through something, it's this energy of spirit is putting you back on your path. I hear my name and I yes, Miss Angie, we was talking about you, girl. Because you have to right? You have the Hermit card here. Okay. This is why I say this is you starting a new journey in your life. But this journey is putting you back on the right path. Sometimes we go through life thinking we know everything and we know what to do. We know how to navigate it. We know how to we got a one-track mind. We're going to do what we need to do to stay in this lane. But if this lane or this path is not your true path, guess what? You got to kind of start all over or start of new or get back on the path where spirit is letting you know, like, okay, I let you have fun for a little bit. Did you have fun? No, you got your butt whooped. Now it's time for you to get back on track here. But this is about being clear, okay, with this Hermit card. This is about being clear of what your intentions are, what your goals are, and to really stay focused on that. When you start to get off of that, it gets a little tricky. Okay, things start to happen where it's like, I don't know if I'm doing this right. I don't know. You start to question yourself. You start to second guess a lot of things, a lot of decisions. You have a lot of doubt because something don't feel right. Well, a lot of times you're not on that path where things are. I'm not saying when you're on the path things go smoothly, but when you on the right path of what's true to your heart and true to your purpose and true to your mission, things go a little differently. Okay. But here's the thing. Here's the up. Okay. There's always an up. After the Hermit card, there's an up because this is an opportunity for you to say, all right, I'm clear of what I need to do. I'm clear of what I should be doing. And this is what you getting clear about. Happiness. This 10 of Cups is joy, harmony. I don't know what your family situation is, but bringing all of them together. And I'm pretty sure, like anybody, now, if you got a crazy family, I totally understand, but it can be your soul tribe. It can be your main family. It can be whoever, but just having a joyous time in a joyous life where everything is flowing peacefully. Okay. You do have the 6 of Wands. I love this for you because this is you coming out of the trenches. You are stepping forward and it's like with your chest up high, like, listen, I've been through all of that mess and now I am in a different space, a different mindset. I'm moving according to me now. It's like you are taking over your chapter of your life, of your book. Okay. You're taking over the book. You're not letting someone else write the book for you. Okay. This is getting the recognition. This is bringing in the abundance. This is bringing the acknowledgement that you have rised above. Okay. You do have the moon energy here. This is also that energy of this unknown path is being lit up, but it's also about you trusting your intuition. I feel, and you trusting your gut. You trusting your decisions. You trusting how you are moving in life. And also, I feel with this full moon coming up, things are changing for you because you are releasing things. You are letting things go. Okay. There's a great ritual that you can do from Sonoran Mystic Tarot on YouTube that breaks everything down of how to do a full moon ritual. And it's about, you know, writing things, burning what is no longer serving you, and writing things to bring in and to replace what you have let go or what you are releasing. Okay, there you go.
It took me a while. I moved things around and I couldn't find it.
It's all good. It's all good. But watch this video if you don't know what to do. It's a great video to watch, and make sure you are subscribed to him because he gives out great information as well too with everything. Okay, and great readings for the week for each zodiac. FYI, another plug. Okay. You have the 5 of Swords here. This energy is, it's like I'm over fighting with everybody. Now I'm doing what's best for myself. I've taken all those swords that, you know, they was coming at me with. I got them. I'm holding on to them. Matter of fact, I'm putting them in the ground where I don't need to hold on. I got my main sword right here. And this is, I'm doing what's best for me. This is a mental thing as well. So it can be one person telling you you shouldn't be doing this. Another person's telling you, you know, you may not be good enough to do this. It's like you cut them all up and like, I ain't got time for that. And then you by yourself. And sometimes it's okay because the fool starts off by themselves. Okay. So this is your new journey. You have the 9 of Pentacles. I love this, but this showing up for a lot of people today. But this 9 of Pentacles is great energy of you're receiving, but you are, it's like you're saving more than what you were spending. You are reaping all that hard work that you have put out. It's coming back to you 10 times fold. Okay. 10 times fold in a big major way. It's like your harvest is here. And is coming ahead for you. You do have the 3 of Pentacles here. It's like, okay, as this harvest coming in, what are we gonna do with this? Now I need to, you know, get a team together. I need to work with others. Or this could be, wait, how did you get that harvest? What did you do? What seeds did you plant? Where did you get them from? What skills did you use? You're being noticed. Other people are watching you regardless. Everybody watch everybody around here. Okay. Everybody watch everybody, but there's growth in this. This is okay. Well, maybe this is your path to be a teacher or a mentor to some of like, okay, this is what I did. This is what I've been through. And this is how I came out on top, or I came out, period. But I did not dwell on my struggles. I did not dwell on what other people can say or said or wrote my book. I took over that. I'm not dwelling on that. What I'm dwelling on now is my future and growth and helping others. That could be your calling. You have the King of Swords here. This King of Swords is great energy of maturing, working smarter, not harder. Oh, I love that picture. Someone took that picture, honey. But this is working smarter, not harder. But putting that whole, I'm in control. I'm managing things totally different now. It's that type of energy. You do have the Page of Cups here. This Page of Cups is energy of something new coming in. It can be a new person coming in that's going to help with your creativity, with help with your emotions. But this is going to be a new person. I feel like it's a new friend that you really need. That's really helping you. You know, show what you love to do. Share to the world what you love to do. Ooh, there's news of money too that comes with that.
Bring it in.
Right? And look at all of this field behind. That's that harvest. It continuously grows. It's like you standing on gold. And you looking at, see how different you are now? You're not in these jogger stuff. Look how your outfit done change, honey. That is the luxury. That is the smartness. This is, yes, I did that. Now, that's that diva feel. Okay, that's that actionary. You take action, you make things happen. Oh, Foxy Brown. Okay, you got the justice card. This is what's bringing balance back into your situation. Okay, I'm done. I told you had a lot, but I think you needed to hear when you go through something, you're like, okay, where is the light at the end of this tunnel? Well, you taking another tunnel. You got to get back in the right tunnel because the light is always lit up. That's it, right? The tunnel is always lit up. The light is always lit up. Yeah.
It's all good. It's all good.
It's
all family. It's all.
I had to go back to the 70s with that talk. Don't be jive.
If you believe it, you can achieve it.
Yes. Woo!
Oh my goodness, my goodness, my goodness. And this is the deck that Shawna's using, by the way. This is the Pulp Tarot.
Yes, I love this deck.
Yeah, and earlier she was, well, not earlier. Yeah, earlier you started with the other deck, right?
Mm-mm.
It's always been this one.
I use this deck as my clarifiers.
Right. Okay. Yeah, and that Lightseer deck.
The other times I use this deck.
Oh yes, that's my deck. I love that deck.
That's that deck. Yes.
Good old Ciro. Ciro does amazing work. This Manchetti or something, Mancinelli.
Yes, Manchetti. Mm-hmm.
He's done. I think it's 4 or 5 total decks now. Yeah, but his
in that series, right? With that whole series.
Yeah, when you look at, and folks, when you see those decks, I don't have them here because I have them set as have them someplace else. But it's interesting when you see those decks. They are. Is it one here? No. Yeah, they're upstairs right now. When you see those decks, it's amazing. They're all very different. They're very, very different based on the energy he was picking at the time. And the one thing that remember about this too is that when you see decks, tarot decks, like this is the Rider-Waite Tarot. This is a traditional Rider-Waite Tarot deck. When you see a deck, this is a tool. This is not the work. This doesn't do the work. This is a navigation tool. It's a tool for us to be able to give you something so where you can maybe see as what's coming. But it's what we do with this card. It's how we get the energy from your spirit, from your energy, from whatever is happening in your world. That energy comes through your spirit guides, through your angels, generally to ours. And then they have a conversation and say, this is what's actually happening. And then it's being able to be described in the cards. So when we shuffle the cards, it's usually connecting the energies, and then the energies flow with the cards. But the cards themselves do not tell the story. The cards are only a tool. The energy comes from you. So when we're getting the story, you can fuss with us all you want that you don't like what you hear. But I'm sorry, it starts there. It
does.
Right there, you know? So you put a mirror up. When you ask us a question, put that mirror up and be prepared to look into the mirror.
Yeah.
Because even when the answers aren't so good, we're only giving you what we're told. We're not giving you what we want to tell you. We're not giving what makes you feel good necessarily. We're giving you what you need to hear in the experience in the moment that you're in. So so know that though you should enjoy getting a reading, at the same time, know that when you sit down for a reading, we're picking up what is intended for you, and it may not always be the most pleasant news to hear. Will somebody tell you you're going to die? I certainly hope they won't, but they may. Who knows? If they do, I'd be kind of thinking, damn, that's cool. But but if you're going to be having some rough time, the good thing is to know that they're coming, to know that what's ahead of you, in the sense that if you know that you have gotten off your path, and that's the Hermit card that Shawna had earlier. When you know you're getting off your path, again, if it's brought to your attention, then the navigation can be a little difficult to get back to your path. But if you come to somebody and you get a reading, and they say, hey, if you continue on this off-path situation, you're looking at this, the good part is now you've got the warning. You've gotten the information. You can do with it what you want. You have free will.
Yep.
You can say, hey, I don't believe a damn thing, and I'm staying in this direction. And when you hit that wall, that's on you. If you then modify your behavior and get back on the path and make life easier again for yourself, well, then guess what? You benefit from it. So the reality is ultimately you have free will, whatever comes. But you should hope that a reader, if they find that you need a little tweaking, you need a little redirection, you need a little insight, you need a little knock on the shoulder or something like that, just to kind of wake you up a little bit, take it as such, and don't take it as such a shocking thing. But again, don't come into a reader and expect pie in the sky and dreams and whatever. And I'm not saying it doesn't happen, because when rainbows may come out of your butt, if that's what you want to hear. But if that's all you get every time you get a reading from somebody, I would be worried about the quality of the reading, and that doesn't help you. That doesn't serve you well. All that does, it could make you feel good momentarily, but you come to somebody because you want to hear everything. And the reality is, if you didn't, you wouldn't come to somebody. And why I went off in that direction, I don't know, but somebody needed to hear it, because again, we can't always give you great news. We can't always give you wonderful things, because that's not how life works. And so we don't find pleasure in having to deliver bad news, but we do find confidence in the fact that you needed to hear it.
Oh yeah.
Okay? So
we tell you what you need to hear, not what you want to hear, and a lot of times people don't like it.
Yeah.
And people look at, you don't know what you're talking about. Okay, well, I don't.
Yeah.
I don't. Actually, I can read you, but I like to use visuals.
Yeah.
So I use the tarot cards as visuals, because you pick up people's energy. You know what someone's. But see, anybody can do this. We all have this skill.
Yeah.
We all have this skill. We all have this gift. It's just how you want to be tapped into it.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, it's interesting. I have a mentor. Her name is Tina. We talked about it many, many times. Everybody, if you have spent any time on here, you've heard about Tina from time to time. Tina has a Monday night class here in Phoenix, and I go to Tina's class quite often. I don't go as ritually, as I used to, because I was like every week. But anyway, I was, Tina gives us one thing, and she tells us, she's wonderful, because she kind of gives us ways to navigate certain things and kind of helps us to think about things before they happen. And one thing she's always told, just, is like, be careful, don't tell somebody they're going to die. Don't tell them, and I'm like, that makes sense. It makes very good sense. And so, you don't go there, even if you know, but
you still don't go there.
There are times that the test comes from time to time. Okay. And I must tell you that I got really conflicted this weekend with a reading, and the lady sat down, and when she did, I felt an energy, but it wasn't clear, so I thought it was just her energy, right? And so I'm shuffling the cards, and I asked her, I said, you have a specific question, or general reading, or a specific question? She said, I just want to know how it's going with my sister. And so I'm like, okay, and all of a sudden this ooh, and I'm like, oh, what is this? Everything took a shift, and I did say shift.
I heard you. With an F and a T.
Exactly, just in case somebody wanted, no, I didn't go there. So I shuffled the cards, and the cards come out, and the first card is a queen of, I don't remember which queen, and the second card was the death card, and the third card, and underneath the queen there was an upside down, there was a hanged man, and then there was a death card beside it, and then there was another the four of cups or something, or five of cups. I'm like, oh no, because I'm feeling everything that I need to know about the first four cards before I even put the last cards, and the last cards are there. And this is one of those times I'm like, unfortunately, that death card did not represent change, and not change in lifestyle, not change in that death card meant something very specific. And I found myself kind of like, whoa, what do I do? How do I handle this? I've never had to handle it in a situation like that before. And we're at a function, and it's a positive function and whatever. And I'm like, damn, why would I be given, why am I having to, and I'm like, and of course it's about me because it's all about me, right? But no, I
All
mean,
about
it's one of those things because you're at that point, even though the reading's about her and she's asking about her sister, I'm sitting here thinking, God dang it, I can't believe I have to, what do I do? How do I handle this? What do I do? What do I say? The reality is that, and I'm like, I said, I said, this is complicated, and I said, I don't know exactly how to put this in proper words, and so she looks and she said, it's okay, my sister's dead.
Oh Lord.
She did. And I'm like, thank God. I said, thank you, because I'm seeing this, and I saw, and I'm like, I don't know how to tell you, because I thought maybe she was dying, or maybe she was getting, because but I said, and this just happened, right? This is more recent, because I'm seeing this as so, and I didn't know if it was recent as in coming or recent as in past. We're looking at maybe a few months, and she said, yeah, 3 months ago, and I'm like, this card though tells me that she didn't just die. She took the exit, and she's like, oh yeah, you can say it. She committed suicide. And I'm like, well, I just call it the exit. She took the exit.
The exit.
Yeah, and she said, I was just wondering if, and I'm like, no, she's here with you, and that's the energy I picked up as soon as she came, because she wanted you to know. And then we got into the whole reading, and the sister came in. The energy was there from the beginning, and it was like this really heavy energy, but I had to work around. And thank God she spat that out like that, because I had to work around the fact of how do I have this conversation, because this is one of the few times I've ever had to read for someone and actually see the death card as a death card.
Right,
And
right.
I'm like, how do I do this? How do I say this? And and especially if it's going to happen, because again, I wasn't sure whether it happened or whether it was going to happen, but it was permanent. It was like, it was happening very soon, or just happened. And sure enough, thank God she just saved my ass, because she said, no, she's dead. And I'm like, thank you. And we went on and had the conversation, and she was like, what could I have, and before, the reason why she came to reading is that she needed to hear what her sister needed to tell her. And the fact is that the sister, she built the outs into her contract, and the sister did have a longer term contract. She was going to be here longer, but things took a twist in a way that she could not find her way back. And the sister said, I needed to take the out. I needed to make the exit. And the sister took the exit, which is reasonable. I mean, that's why we have outs in our life contract. And the sister took it. But the sister told the surviving sister that no one knew and no one should have known. And she could not have made any changes, nor would that have ever happened. And that this is what she needed to do. And she is happy with it. She's fine with it. And she needs her sister to know that they need to move on and just be happy with it. There's a whole mess around it. There's a lot of mess around it. And I saw all that, and we had to go into that. But she needed to hear that. And it just was crazy. But I'll tell you what, boy, talk about testing you and testing, your mentor, and testing all that and sometimes you got to violate your own principles in that regard. And she needed to hear that the death card meant death. But thank God she was able to save my butt by being enough to say, hey, she's gone. And I'm like, thank God, because and I pointed to the cards. I said, this is why this is, and she's like, yeah. And I'm like, yeah. So yeah, it was interesting. Crazy. The more you read, the more that you'll come into these things, and it just happens. And Shawna and I have seen a lot, and every time we think we've seen pretty much all, oh no, we get some more surprises, especially when the mediumship comes in, because we get some medium hits that are just crazy.
Yeah, just like the one today. Never been flirted on by a spirit.
Exactly. Lord,
that was something else. But yeah, it's they're wonderful stories, and then there's stories that stick with you when you do readings, and then there's stories that if we did a reading on someone today, next week I probably won't remember the heck what I read unless it shows up in the read. I'm like, oh yeah, or bits and pieces, because when we cut the cord of energy, when we're done with y'all, we're done. That's a protection thing.
Yeah.
Okay, for both of us,
yep.
for y'all. So, because,
and we usually warn people, don't expect us to remember. We're not being rude, and we don't We're not being dismissive.
Right.
But don't expect us to remember reads, because again, we have to move on. If we carry your energy with us, we'd be a mess, because we're carrying so many readings with us, and that's just not the
Yes.
thing that will help. It's not helpful for anybody. So
Mm-mm.
don't take it as a personal insult. Don't take it whatever. We do care when we read, but when we're done, it's like bye and enjoy.
Right,
know?
because I'm not trying to be looking pale out here and ashy out here. I'm like, Shawna, you okay? Yeah. Well, you don't look okay. Well, I'm still holding on to somebody's stern energy. I'll be back. Let me just go jump in this ocean real quick and cleanse myself.
Yeah. And really, the energies that we get are very heavy. Even good energy is very heavy energy for us to have to carry. So it's not as though we only want to dismissive of bad. We are dismissive of most, because we have to we can't carry it. And that's also why maybe you should get a planner, because the planner can be your venting thing when you're in having life's energy. And you want to get rid of the energy. You open that book, you go to the month, and you write down what you're feeling. You put it out there and get rid of it. Let it go into the book. Therefore, you don't have to carry your energies with you either, because even not, and we're not talking even reading energy, right? Any kind of energy. Sometimes it's the expressing part that helps us relieve ourselves of the energy, and this is a great place to express yourself.
Yes, it is. That's the digital copy. That's the digital copy, but we do have the hard copy.
And we have the hard copy. Yes, indeed.
Yes.
The hard copy is mailed to you by Shawna. The digital copy is sent to you by Shawna on the same day.
Same time. As soon as you hit pay or checkout or whatever the thing is. Or pay. Yeah, whatever it is. It comes instantly to your email.
Exactly.
Okay.
Who else?
Just more readings?
Well, do one or two more probably, if you have time.
Okay, yeah, I got time. My stomach ain't fighting me yet. Let's do K Weezy. That was the first one that popped up. K Weezy Jones.
And K Weezy, are y'all? Do you have a did you give us a specific or general? What's the story there, K Weezy?
No, it's not on Amazon, by the way.
Exactly.
It's on my. You was about to say?
Yep.
No, it is at goddesspower.net.
Oh, and let me put that. I'm going to type that link in as well, because it may not be coming up in the link section like it used to. It used to put those links.
Yeah, it used to come straight up.
Exactly, and not anymore. Don't know why.
K Weezy Jones, would you like a general, or do you have a question that doesn't pertain to any love or relationship? Because calling on angels is the love goddess, and Julie, which is love riot. Just a general. Okay, cool beans.
This one's the hard copy, folks. The link I just put in is for the hard copy planner. Okay. Yes. The next one I put in will be for the electronic copy of the planner.
All right, K Weezy. You have the Seven of Wands here, okay? And the Seven of Wands energy is this energy of I feel like, I'm not saying confrontation, but you fighting for something. I think that's like a better way to explain it. Like you're fighting for something. And in the things that you are fighting, or you're fighting fighting for something, or fighting against things for coming into messing your whole situation up. I feel like you keeping things at bay that is a potential to throw you off. I'm making sure I don't wipe my eyebrow, because we did do them this morning. But I also feel like with this 7, it's like you're not giving up on what the things that you have accomplished, things that you are overcoming. And 8 of Wands, it can feel like it's overwhelming because things are, keep coming at you. But you're doing a good job of keeping them at bay and keeping them away from your, I want to say center, if that makes sense. You do have the Page of Swords here. Let me get back to the camera. Page of Swords. Yeah, the Page of Swords. I feel like there's some news that's going to come to you via air. Like email, mail, whatever, through air. And this is going to be news that will bring in clarity. This could be an idea that comes through. But it's to the news that's coming through is to get you prepared, get you ready. Yeah, not get you prepared, but get you ready for what's to come. Like you seeing things differently. Like it's not a warning. It's just news for you to take to get you going. The Knight of Swords. You better. Yes, the Knight. I get happy, y'all, over the little small things when I see on these cards, okay? Because these cards are, like I said, they're visual, but the intuition comes in as well. And then spirit is like, see, just say it. But the information that's coming in for you to get you going, but you're going to be guided by spirit with this. But it's like, okay, now that you get this information, now that you get this news, now what you going to do with it? Are you going to hold it and not do nothing with it? This is showing you do something with it. All right. So you can move forward. Now, you do have the 4 of Cups. I do feel like there is a sense of boredom that you are sitting in, that you are waiting for a change. Yes. Waiting for a change. King of Swords. The information that you are receiving is getting you out of this emotional type of thing. That's feeling like, okay, am I doing the same thing over and over again, or am I dwelling on just the cups that I have already accomplished? But here's a new cup that's coming through. Okay, there is a new opportunity coming in for you. And I feel like this is coming from a person that is based off with this Knight of King of Swords, is a mature, older person that's gonna to help bring this opportunity in. Or this could be you working with this older person that is wiser, smarter, been through it, know how to manage things the proper way, know how to really take over the intellect, the intellect type of level, or things for you, this really take you to the next level here. Because I feel like you maybe just be feeling like you stuck by just of what you've been doing, but now this opportunity that's coming in, working with this person, and this person is going to help open more doors for you. So much so, 3 of Cups. This is like a new circle. This could be you going to a get together, meeting new people. I also feel this is going to be happening in the springtime. Okay. So I feel like this is going to be very soon of you meeting new people to connect with. I feel like this is about networking with the right people that's supporting you and uplifting you. And you reaping. Look at the, and you said you do music. Oh, look at the platinums back there. Ain't this something? This is this reading is literally speaking to you. I'm just interpreting everything for you. Okay. This Nine of Pentacles is that all your hard work is paying off. Okay. In a big major way. It's like you receiving the fruits, and it's in the abundance, the acknowledgement, the gains, all of that. I mean, in especially in the industry that you're in, doing that, things that you got to let go. It's no longer so. You need to surrender. You need to let them go. Wow. So you can be open to this good fortune, this new, it's like you're this new cycle. You coming into this new cycle now, and it's embracing this. What this is, I feel like with this Hangman here is let go of fear. Whatever that fear is for you, let go, and to not be afraid to be your authentic self, if that makes sense. All right. So that you can be seen in your vulnerable state. Yeah. This Three of Swords is that frustration, but I also feel like it's heartache as well that's in the mix of this. So it's like expressing your, let go of heartache, let go of grief, let go of pain. And the way to do that is expressing yourself by being vulnerable. Woo, this is a deep one. I haven't felt like that in a minute. Hold on, I got to give you a healing card, honey. I got to give you a healing card. Oh, I knew he was going to show up. Archangel Michael.
I love that. I love that deck. I love that card.
Yes, I do. Let me tell you, Archangel Michael, when he shows up, you don't have to worry about anything, because he got your back, your front, your side, your top, and he got all of it. He will take care of you. He will protect you. You are well protected. He will shield you from bull crap, from negative things. He will shield you from the wrong people, the people that will try to throw you off. He will shield you from people that try to take advantage of you. He will shield you all the way. Matter of fact, you wouldn't even know they will be coming because he already put his wings in front. Okay, that's how. Ooh, yeah, this is some great energy. Great energy. This I feel like for you to you need to express yourself, like what you're going through, and how creative to do that is through music. Like your heartache, what is heavy on you, you know. Ooh, you are surrounded by your guardian angel, and miracles is happening for you. I'm done with you, Kate. This is an amazing reading. I feel like when you stuck in your head a lot, it's like put pen to paper or put music to, make. This is when you make music. This is when you get those, those golds on the wall. That's that type of energy. This is what brings, it's like you letting it go, but others feel it and others can heal from this as well. All right, I'm done.
Okay, Weezy, the one thing that you should probably again take from this energy is that the messages you're getting, the messages that you're getting, and you don't even need us to give you the messages because it's strong enough coming through. You should be right. You should be putting this pen to paper. You should be, getting this documented, because this is what lyrics do. When lyrics come from a place of reality, those records, those recordings tend to be bigger than anything else. If you look at some of the biggest hits we've ever had, look at one of the biggest hits. Dolly Parton, I Will Always Love You. Remember, Dolly Parton wrote that song because her and Porter Wagoner, for those of you who don't know, Porter Wagoner is an old country star. Porter Wagoner had a show, and he hired Dolly as the female talent for the show, because back then that's what they did. They had one girl. They called it the girl act. It wasn't a woman act. It was a girl act. So you know what I'm talking about. It's that misogyny way back when. And Dolly was the girl act. And Dolly was on the show, but Dolly also wanted her own career. So she didn't want to be attached to him permanently. And so after a few years, she wanted to leave on her own, and he went ballistic. And he's like, you're, whatever, and it was ugly. It was a very ugly. And he was like, you're selfish, it's all about you, whatever. And so she went home after being traumatized from that experience of him and the way in which he behaved, when a lot of mentors would be thrilled that their prodigy was getting out there and going off on their own. He didn't, because he knew she was the talent. She was a big talent, and she was a draw. And so she sat down and wrote the song "I Will Always Love You" as an homage to him, saying, hey, life will treat you kind. I hope life will treat you kind. And I can't always be there, that kind of stuff. All that was written for that experience. And she put it on paper, and then she eventually recorded that song. And it was a number one hit for her twice on the country charts. Once early when it was done, and then later when she did Best Little House in Texas, it was released again, and it was the number one hit. And then eventually to Whitney. And Whitney, because of the energy in the song, they reworked that song for Whitney, and Whitney's voice brought that to light in a very different way, and again made it number one. That song and most songs come from a place of heart, a place of love, a place of hurt, a place of whatever, depending on the song. And that's when those songs are amazing. So you're getting those messages right now. Your dad is sending you messages. You're getting messages from all over. You need to sit down and put paper to pen, opening up your mind to receiving the full extent of the love, the full extent of the loss, the full extent of the pain. Don't block it out. Don't try to make it minimize. Don't do that. Let it come through, and then use that energy to make that connection. Use this
great meditation.
It's a guided meditation to help you to communicate with your loved ones, which can help you to, again, perfect these songs. And don't be surprised that of all the work you've ever done, when you sit down and the work comes from an experience of love, experience of loss, an experience of gain, an experience of setback, an experience of whatever, don't be surprised that they're the biggest hits, because they're meant to be, because they come from a true place. They're not a creation because you wanted to have a hit. No, it's a creation because you wanted to have a voice. Having a hit and having a voice are very different things. And I can tell you, I can go over and over and over and over again of the songs that came from a moment of here. And those are the songs that tend to be mega hits. And those are the ones, because they come from a place, and people who receive them, when they hear that song, when they hear that voice, when they hear your voice, I'm not talking this, I'm talking the voice as in your energy you're putting out. When you put that energy out, they receive it. And so always know that that's something to do. Embrace it. And you have that gift already. You already work with music. You already write. The question is, are you writing to find a hit, or are you writing to express your voice? Express your voice and the hit will follow. I promise you. I promise you.
Yes. Listen, I feel when you do put pen to paper, your dad is sitting there like, all right, you need to write this. Just listen. I feel like he's around you all the time. When you asked that question earlier, I'm like, yeah, he's around you all the freaking time.
Yeah.
He's with you at every second. I feel like that is part of your guardian angel. So, hello. It's time to write. I look forward to hearing your music.
Yep. And there's no excuses. No. Don't try to give me some excuses. Don't try to give no. It's not about that. This is about you and about your movement forward. If you want to find your direction in music, you find it by looking inward, not looking outward. Because the outward is you making a hit. And if you're tending to make a hit, that's when you don't get them. When you look inward and you put a voice to an experience, your voice to an experience, that's when you're going to find your hit. That's when you're going to find your success. I really do.
And it will connect with the right person.
It
was shown. You're going to connect with the right person.
Yep.
But you got to let go. This is how you let go of your grief. This is how you let go of you know, that heartache you feeling. This is Mary J. Blige is not Mary J. Blige for no reason. Okay. People that have gone through things, Aretha Franklin, shoot, even Bob Dylan. We can go all the way. James, all of these people went through something in their life. Okay.
Look at Ella Fitzgerald.
Yes.
You know, Ella was a strong, determined woman in a field where women were discounted. Women were just the girl act, you know, and they weren't expected to be independent and strong. And then Ella had the other problem that she had to face the racism and the sexism at the same time. And so when Ella would come to when Ella went to Houston, Ella got arrested in Houston, Texas. I don't know if you all remember this it was funny because her crew did not see it the way Ella saw it. And it was interesting. There's even a great picture of Ella Fitzgerald sitting in jail in Houston, Texas, because Ella went and wanted to perform for a mixed crowd, and it was illegal in Texas to do so. And so she raised hell about it, and she went to jail for a night because she stood up for her thing, and she understood the power of that image of her in jail, and she also understood the power of her going to jail, but she had to make her voice heard. And so, you know, it's interesting how through that pain came so much wonderful music, because she had to live so many different, she had to put the political balls were moving all around her, and it wasn't just music. I mean, the music, it was all these other things she had to deal with, you know. Think about it. Think about Jackie Robinson having to go and he couldn't stay at a certain hotel because he was black. The team could stay there, he couldn't. I mean, think about these things that are
Chamberlain.
we take, exactly, the things that we take for granted these days. They turn them into a better performance on the basketball court, a better performance on the baseball diamond, a better performance in music, because they used it to fuel them forward. Look at Billie Holiday. She got charged. She was in recovery. And they came at her and took her. They made her a felon, and she was in recovery. They came to recovery center and charged her with a felon, therefore blackballing her from playing music in New York in casino nightclubs where she was making money. I mean, this is just crazy stuff.
Another one, Eartha Kitt. She had to go across the ocean.
Absolutely, she had to go to Paris.
Be acknowledged for how talented she was. Come on now, you know, you had Ray Charles that stood up for a whole thing and said, "Oh, we can't bring everybody in here." Oh, I'm gone. And then they banned him from Georgia, hence the song Georgia.
Georgia on my mind, exactly.
So, and then they got him back. And then he performed the way he performed. But at that moment, there was no, I'm going to wait around and say something. No, I'm going to say something right then and there. And that's more powerful than I'm going to wait years later and then I'm going to say what happened. No, you know.
And you put those experiences into words. You put them into, and when you do, again, because they come from a true place, people see it and they hear it and they know it. You know, if you look at, I mean, and even artwork, you look at certain artwork and you're like, gosh, you know, some folks were troubled artists, you know, look at Beethoven and his dark, deep energies. Well, if you look at his life story, you know where that came from, you know, it's and Mozart the same. I mean, they're just these folks, they put it out there and you feel it in their work, and we don't, most of the time we don't want to know what they experience, but if you listen closely and you look closely, I get it. So there you go. Look at the pain in Amy Winehouse's you know, and her dying from an alcohol, of all things, alcohol overdose, when she had so many drug issues, you know, and then she dies of an alcohol overdose because her system can't handle that much alcohol. It's like, damn. I mean, it's
Bill Russell. They burnt his house down, the Boston Celtics, because he was great. But I mean, but that didn't stop him.
Nope.
He still played for them.
Yep.
You know, so it's all these great people, and you know, shoot, Johnny Cash, It's so many that
Yeah.
back then that stood out and had used their voice.
Yeah. Well, look at
And
Willie Nelson. Willie Nelson was chased out of Nashville because
yes.
he didn't have the Nashville sound. He had the Texas
Mm-hmm.
sound. And yet
Mm-hmm.
eventually Willie Nelson was so popular because he was different and didn't have the Nashville sound. And he and the
Mm-hmm.
Highwaymen always all had that Texas sound. George Strait was so popular, not only because he was good, but because George Strait came from Texas and he had a Texas sound, which is very different than Nashville. And people
Right.
were like, wow, this is fresh and new. No, it's not fresh and new. It's fresh and new because the industry blocked all the others, and all of a
Right.
sudden he snuck through. And you know how George Strait snuck through? This is a great funny story that George Strait snuck through because George Strait. This is Houston, Texas. I think it was in the early '80s, if I'm not mistaken. There's the rodeo in Houston, Texas. They have 2 weeks of rodeo, or 2 weeks of rodeo, three weekends of rodeo, and rodeo is big in Texas. We're not talking
Oh,
go out to a country place and see a little farm. No, 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 no.
no.
Houston, Texas rodeo is at the Astrodome, which now is at Reliant Stadium, and it is massive. And you're looking at 60 to 70,000 people a night.
Yep.
60 to 70,000 people a night. And they come and they watch rodeo, and rodeo, all the money raised for rodeo goes to education in Texas. And so they have they have the rodeo things going first. So maybe barrel racing that night. It could be calf roping. It could be whatever. And then they have the standard rodeo fare for that evening, and then and of course on the outside they have all the FAA stuff, and so you're getting awards for the best sheep for somebody between the ages of 12 and 15, the best cow for and again these young kids raise these animals, they bring them to there, and then they win awards or whatever. And that money goes toward their education. But it's interesting, they even have what's called the calf scramble. And my mentor, who was an attorney in Texas, he was head of the calf scramble one or 2 years in a row. And the kids they would have a rope, and then they drop the rope, and then the kids run out to the calf scramble, and they're little teeny calves, and they pull them down, and they rope their four legs. And if they get them roped within a certain period of time that they can bring the calves down and they rope them, they get a scholarship, a full ride scholarship to an in-state Texas university. I mean, that's how big this is. And they raise a ton of money for these kids for education. But it's cool because at the end of the evening, at like 7 o'clock, that's the end of the evening for the rodeo. They get out there, they clean they scrub the dirt, and then eventually roll out this round stage, and it comes rolling out. And it's, as long as I can remember, it's always been a round stage. They pull that round stage out, and it set it up, and they connect all the wires and all that stuff. And then about 7:30, 7:45, maybe 8 o'clock, the lights go down, and there's no opening act. And all of a sudden, they'll put a spotlight on a truck, and it's again usually a Ford pickup truck, and it's very Texas, and a Ford pickup truck, and in the back of a Ford pickup truck, in the bed, is the star of the night. And they introduce them. For me, I've seen Toby Keith there. I saw Reba McEntire there. I saw, you name it. Beyonce's been there. Selena's been there. I mean, Beyonce's from Houston. She knows what this is about, right?
Yeah.
So they have them come out, and then they perform for about 2 hours or an hour and a half, whatever. And you pay, at that time you were paying, and still it's cheap. You can get rodeo tickets for $25-$30. A big country star, a big pop star, a big rock
Just
star,
to see them.
25 or $30, because again, it's meant for the right reason. It's doing it for thing. So I loved Houston rodeo. And so what happened is back to my story, but I had to lay the groundwork so you understand what this is. So this is big. So we're not talking, again, just a little thing. This is massive. And so one of the big country stars backed out, and his name was George Jones. George Jones was supposed to perform, and George was known for leaving people hanging, and he did once again. But they found a local talent, and it was George Strait. And George Strait was very local. He had a few albums in stores, and it was, again, a local country, Texas country thing, not nationally. It was just a Texas guy. And so George had 1 or 2 albums out, I think. And somebody said, we need a replacement quick. And they remembered George. And George had a little bit of his own following, so they filled George in that slot. So George Strait comes into the slot. George performs, and he brought the house down. Not only did he bring the house down, but within a day or two, all of his albums throughout Texas had sold out. You could not get his stuff anywhere. And Nashville's like, wait a minute, what is this? What is this? Tell me, what is all this? I don't know what's happening. How do we have all this? He wasn't on their radar because he was Texas. And yet when the business aspect of George Strait showed up, as in he could sell some albums, Nashville came to call. And Nashville came to call, and they come to Nashville. He came to Nashville to make deals, to get a label and all that stuff, but he did not come to Nashville sound. He stayed Texas sound. And when you hear All My Exes Live in Texas, when you hear about Amarillo by Morning, when you hear these songs and that sound, it is true Texas sound, which has broke the barrier in that regard. But again, the Willie Nelson, no, they pushed him out, and he had to make his own way, which he did eventually. But it's cool. But it's fascinating how this all works. And so when you hear these artists, and you know what they go through, and you know how they have to overcome these hurdles, you hear it in the voice that comes out in the music, the voice that comes out in the way they write their songs, the way that they perform. And so, Koizi, back to connecting this back to you. You should be writing. You should be writing about your experiences, but you should be writing about your true experiences and what you dealt with. Your vulnerability will sell. That's the thing, is make sure you open yourself up and be vulnerable. And that vulnerability, when it comes out, man, I'm telling you, people buy it because they're oh, this is real now. This is real. You know, everything else is, I mean, there's so much that's manufactured in this world, but people can get through the real. They get the real.
They get the real.
Yeah, sorry about the long thing, but I had to go with it. I just had to do it. You know, a little history lesson too at the same time.
Yes.
Well, Miss Shawna, we have taken a lot of time, and it's about that time. So I think we're going to call it quits if you're okay with that.
Yes, because the stomach is like, all right, heifer.
Yes, indeed. And you're on East Coast time, so it's even later. So yes, indeed.
Oh, yes. It's 3:09.
Oh my goodness. Well, thanks for
popping in. Happy hour time.
There you go. It's always 5 o'clock somewhere, no matter what. So it's all good.
I know that's right. It could be 2 o'clock in the morning.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Oh my goodness. Well, with that said, we're going to be out of here. Folks, thanks for coming in. Thanks for popping in. Thanks for sharing your energy. We truly appreciate it. Remember, it's your energy that helps us to practice our skills, and we love that very much. And more importantly, we love having the opportunity to deliver messages to you guys. So
let us know about the music too, Koizi.
Yes, and when you hit some gold and platinums, you make sure that you give thanks. You keep us in mind here, you know. Yes, pull us along the way with you. We're good with that too. We're definitely good with that.
You know, some shout outs, you know, hook us up with your folks.
Exactly. Have your people call our people. We're good.
Yes. You know, easy peasy.
Absolutely. And again, everybody, thank you so much. We appreciate it. We're out of here. Have a great weekend. And you know, don't do anything I wouldn't do. And if you do it twice as good.
Bam. Bam.
All right, I'm gonna play some music. Get us out of here. Have a nice one, everybody. And Miss Shawna, have a nice one. Oh, by the way, before we get out of here, don't forget this. I finally found that one. It would disappeared, and I finally found it. So okay. Rotation. Good. Anyway, see y'all later. Bye-bye. Happy birthday to you.
Not happy birthday.
No, I'm just singing to myself. Oh.